Okay, let's try to get that sweet, sweet 11th trophy here. Pretty happy with our deck. We've cruised through, it seems like, the first 2 rounds, especially considering the decks we were playing against. Yeah, I'm very happy with this deck, although, such a powerful format that any deck can easily lose in round 3. You could play against some insane stuff. Although, in terms of being well positioned, I think we're best positioned against the multicolor control deck, which we haven't actually seen yet and tends to do very well. So I can see like a lot of good decks losing to us in round 3, if that makes sense. Can't cast their Denrova Horror if they're already dead. Or once they do cast it, we just Trader's Instinct and kill them. That's the plan. We'll see if we can execute it. Yeah, on the play, very good. This is a keep. I think we'll go Risaka. Every 1 damage in this format is very important, even though it could potentially set us up for trouble in our curve. I'm just going to go with it. I think it's the best play, although it's close. Ostensibly, right, with our hand, we can just do that and play Guildgate on turn 3, but there's a lot of stuff we could draw that changes that. Okay, here is an interesting question. If we play Zombie or another Risaka, I think playing Zombie is going to be the best play. We're being like kind of ambitious in terms of curve, but I think that's okay considering where our hand is at. Opponent looks like maybe another black-red sacrifice deck. Red-blue, okay, so they might be more controlling. Goblin Electromancer? Alright, Dimir Signet, that's cool. Yeah, so this, we get a little bit punished in terms of the Nighthawk, but I think the play was still correct. And we still get to hit for a lot, so that's good. It's the multicolor control deck that we think we're pretty good against, although something like Cower and Fear could do a lot of good work against this board. Looks like the opponent, okay. Yeah, I was thinking like they don't have double black, but they do, they just didn't use it. What is this? Vythian Stinger, that's going to be very good too. But we can put out a Noble, which does punish the Stinger a little bit, and then next turn we could maybe steal it. Oh, you know what we could have done? We could have stole it and pinged itself. That's also fine, but I think having the Noble out is actually going to be a good way to drain the opponent for a lot, even if the Stinger's going crazy. We might actually discard Nighthawk if the opponent goes Denrova Horror here and just steal the Horror, especially if we draw land. I mean, we can't make that decision obviously first, but yeah, horror is to be expected. I think we want to discard Nighthawk. Opponent is going to ping, but steal is going to be big here. Hopefully the opponent pings during their turn, although they're not that dumb, it looks like. Land here would be great. That is not a land. So I think we just want to play Noble and pass, actually. Seems a bit weird. If the opponent has another Denrova Horror, we're falling pretty far behind, but yeah, I think this is going to be the play. We could very easily lose this game. Once the multicolor deck gets to 6 mana, they are often doing things that are just way more powerful than the things you're doing. Geez, okay, that's pretty brutal here too. Nothing we can do about that, but yikes. Yeah, it looks like we're not going to win this game. We may have lost to our best matchup and beaten our worst matchup twice in this draft. Although, again, it's still game 1, so I'm just, playing out the narrative a little bit there. So if we draw another land, we still have a steal and sacrifice thing going on. That's pretty good. But, yeah, okay. That is not good for us. Although this Spectre can still do some work, and Trader's Instinct can be like a surprise amount of damage in the late game, so we're not dead. We do have a Dregscape zombie, so I think we'll bring that out and attack first, just to get in for 2. Plus we're choked on mana. Not choked, but like limited on mana, so we're going to get the 2 in while we can, while we have a spot in our curve for it, and then we'll play this 3/2, which the opponent ostensibly can't kill, although if they don't have lands for Grasp of Phantoms, then they're going to have spells to interact with it, likely. So, yeah. There's 1 land, so they're 1 off of Grasping the Spectre. but they probably have a kill spell for it anyway. What is this? Cruel Ultimatum? Uh-oh. I guess the opponent doesn't have triple black, but this is something big. Oh, they might be trying to flashback Grasp but not be able to. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Or they might be trying to cast Cruel Ultimatum. Either way, it's pretty funny. We will take 4. And see what the opponent has. Roy. Oh, we can steal that. That's actually really good for us. Is that lethal? If the opponent doesn't have anything? It looks to be. So yeah, I mean, I think we take this opportunity. If the opponent doesn't have anything, they're dead is a pretty good line for us, considering they have 1 card in hand, and we're in this kind of state. All right, we take 1, and are you dead? Looks like it. Okay, cool. That was a great way to steal a game. This deck does a lot of that. We're going to bring in this Night Terrors, potentially a Delirium Skeins I could see. What should we bring out? Bone Splinters might not be great. I take that out a lot, even though I think it's a decent card to have main deck. I'm going to keep in the Trader's Instincts because the opponent showed us like something like Moroi. I could bring out Scursdike Cultist just because it's too slow for potentially like Delirium Skeins. I could see that being right. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Skeins is like definitely a horrible card, but in a matchup like this, the multicolor control deck just like plays out its mana, and then if you can Skeins and empty their hand before they can cast their horror, it's really good. At least in theory. I haven't actually done that in practice yet, so I shouldn't be talking about it as if I have. We'll keep this hand. Goblin Guy's going to be great. And then, you know, we have very powerful cards to follow up with if we draw the lands. I wouldn't keep this if it was a 1-lander, obviously, but we're also on the draw. And yeah, Goblin Guy turn 1, no question. I think the opponent mulligan too. Alright, that's a Dimir Signet. Opponent will likely play that this turn if they have a land for it. If they don't, we might want to consider holding off on Goblin Guy, but yeah, they do. We get, oh, a Dragonfire. That's interesting. I think we probably still just want to attack here. Alright, gave the opponent a land, so that's unfortunate. And the opponent doesn't block. Okay, so next turn we can maybe, if we don't draw a land, Blood Rush and keep our Goblin Guide alive, although Guide giving them cards is not the best. We generally don't necessarily need that guy to survive past turn 2 or 3. It's usually better to have other creatures going, but if we don't have lands, I mean, we're not going to have other creatures. We'll be in dire straits that way, but we will make the best plays regardless. I wonder what the opponent has here. Maybe a Lingering Souls? That would be pretty good. Sin Collector, huh? I guess it whiffs, so that's pretty good for us. We'll attack with Guide, I think, to maybe get value. Yeah, we draw a land. We'll attack with Guide here. Hope to not... Alright, we gave the opponent value. That's unfortunate. I think we're going to do this. It's weird, but it uses our mana for the turn in a productive way that gets us advantage on board, and I think that's the most important thing that's going on here. We are not going to be lacking for things to play with our mana, things to do with our mana, so yeah. The opponent did draw an island, so yeah, they do have a play, or a land drop at least, but probably a play as well. They have other mana. Delirium Skeins is something that would be very good against this type of board. Although, you know, we would discard plenty, but like having the opponent discard more is even better. Okay, Stinger's good. We're going to go, I think, with the Spectre. so hopefully the opponent can't deal with it and we get to really wreck them, but we're going to start out with a Goblin Guide attack. Man, Guide's just giving our opponent tons of cards. We will happily trade this for the Goblins. And we will play this Spectre and hope that it survives enough to make our opponent discard some good stuff, although it looks like we're facing down a Denrova Horror here, in which case we're pretty severely disadvantaged, especially because the opponent is not on a very low life total. What we could do here is sack the Spectre, but I don't think we want to. I think next turn we might want to, I don't know, do something like, alright, the opponent's bouncing a land, that's interesting. We'll probably discard something like Aristocrat. Yeah, that seems right. Does that seem right? It's weird, but I think it's right. We're going to do this, obviously. And we can get back Power Wild, or we can just, yeah, play stuff this turn. We could return something, but I think the better play here is definitely to see if the opponent has anything going on. Alright, looks like we're dead. Denrova Horror and Wings Blaster is going to be very good, although we do get to make them discard one of those, but Horror is going to bounce our Spectre, and then we're going to be in serious trouble here. Can't pay. Yeah, Horror's going to be very good here. Opponent discards Wing Splicer, I'm assuming. No, they discarded the Horror. Interesting. Alright, I'm happy with that, actually. I'm fine trading the Spectre for the Splicer and getting some Noble triggers. And for now, we're okay taking a lot of 4s on the ground. So yeah, okay. We're actually in a fine position here, I think, weirdly enough. I don't agree with the play that our opponent made there. Night Terrors is kind of blank, unfortunately. We are really able to pressure our opponent's life total pretty well here. What with Unearth and Falcon Wrath Noble and stuff like that. That's what the deck does best. Fortunately, we can't get back Shaman again, but next turn we might be able to. Hopefully the opponent doesn't draw any more action. That's kind of the way we win this game. Alright, this is interesting. I could see it being correct for us to just double block the Horror here just to get it off the board. But we also might just want to risk taking 7. And save a chump block maybe on the Horror for later. I think that's going to have to be the play for us. Not blocking. Yeah. It's scary, but I think it's correct. Okay, we can Night Terrors ahead of time to see what the opponent... Actually, we probably want to get back Power Wild, don't we? Night Terrors isn't going to do anything besides force action, so we're just going to attack with these two. We are not dead on the crackback, so... And if anything dies, we're even more not dead. But yeah, this looks to be something decent. Yeah, Magma Jet's annoying, but we still do get back Power Wild. Bottom... I'm guessing the next one's a top, yeah. Okay. Noble's going to do some really good work here, but we're not looking good. Although, Power Wild can threaten some damage next turn. And something like Traitorous Instinct would be a very good draw. And we will pass. don't know if the opponent can afford to attack with the golem this turn, so we just get to chump the 4/4, which is pretty sweet. Unless they obviously draw something, which they do because they topped something, so we have to hope that they topped kind of a blank or that we draw an action card, I think, to win this game. But yeah, we're definitely chumping 4/4 if we can, I believe. Or we could just block Link Splicer. That actually might be better if that is given as an option. But I think it won't be, yeah. Yeah, I think chumping 4/4 here is the play. We get another drain, which makes Noble lethal with the Blood Rush. So it means that, I guess, ostensibly the opponent is dead if they don't have another flyer or a removal spell. Because we can unearth, attack with both, Blood Rush, the one that isn't blocked, but they probably have something good here. That's a flyer. Alright, so yeah, this is going to be interesting. I think we're dead unless we draw something decent. That is not something decent. But I guess we're not totally dead. We can unearth, attack with both, or we can just unearth, attack with one, attack with the Spectre, that is. Then opponent blocks with Moroi. We Blood Rush, both die, drain for 2. We can't get back Power Wild. If we attack with Noble, Golem blocks Noble, Moroi blocks Spectre. Actually, we won't get a trigger off of the Spectre with Noble. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that Moroi is a very good draw. But I think our best play here is just going to be to bring back the Spectre and kill the Moroi. It could have been to wait one turn. Okay, blocking with Golem is very interesting. Because the opponent loses more life. Yeah, they're going to block with Moroi. That's the much, much, much better play. If they block with Golem, that would be very good for us. But they're not going to. Unless they're stupid, please. Please block with Golem. Our goal here is basically, I think, to survive one more turn and hope to draw some decent action spell. Alright, block with Golem. Alright, I'm happy with that. We get one trigger, which means the opponent is at 4, and then we get to play Power Wild, potentially get another 1 or 2 triggers, and the opponent's going to go to 3. So if they don't draw something here, although I guess Power Wild can get pinged, that's unfortunate. But we could kill the opponent with their own Moroi here relatively easily. upkeep 2, Noble blocks 4/4, go to 1, then they die if they don't have a removal spell for it, assuming we're not dead. I like that. This is very close, but I think the block with the Golem might have been just like a horrible play for our opponent. Hopefully they didn't draw something here. That would be brutal. Getting our Noble off the board is kind of risky, but I think we have to do it here and hope the opponent just doesn't have a way to kill their own Moroi. I'm obviously blocking the Denrova Horror so that the Moroi doesn't have any damage on it. And this is going to put the opponent to 1. Us to 8, and they are hopefully dead next turn. Let's see if they have anything. Uh-oh. Looks like they do. Venser. Oh, that's freaking brutal. They bounce their own Moroi and then, wow, okay, what a top deck. Yeah, nothing we can do about that. Oh, so frustrating, though. It had to be a top deck because the opponent didn't have any cards in hand. We get to take the Moroi, yay. And then we're dead. Alright, that's super frustrating, but we'll just have to try to win game 3. Man. Venser's like one of the only cards that they wouldn't have played on their turn that wins through Night Terrors and wins, yeah. Alright. Ugh. Okay, we're going to try not to go on tilt, and we're going to try to win game 3. We almost had it, but we didn't. Okay. I don't think we want to board anything. Maybe board out a Scorched Resalka, but I think that's going to be a fine keep. Oh, you know what? Actually, Giant Baiting I think is going to be good here. Actually, I might... I like Delirium Skeins. I'm going to board out a Dregscape and keep in a Scorched Resalka, because they're better with the Giant Baiting. I should have brought that in for game 2. That would have been a good play. Okay, we will play first. This looks like a keep. It's not great, but we have like the Noble, and we have at least a 1-drop to play. Then, you know, if we draw lands, we can play our spells, and if we don't draw lands, we can probably play like cheap creatures that we're drawing. So this doesn't seem like a great hand, but I think it's a keep. The only downside with this hand is if like we draw more 4s, which is possible, but I don't think. I think we're like pretty likely to not draw exactly like, you know, 2 more 4s or whatever, in which case this hand is fine. Alright, that's a decent draw. Probably a Signet here. Yep. Another Scorched Resalka. Alright, that's fine. We're not exactly getting ahead on tempo in this game, which is going to be a problem, but we definitely have stuff going on once we get going. This is a hand that could easily lose to a good hand from the multicolor control deck, though. The Pinger would be very good against us, too. Alright, that's a Moroi, so it's a good card, but the life loss is going to be pretty important for us this game, and the opponent doesn't necessarily want to be attacking with it too much. We'll see what they have going on. Alright, there's a Nirova Horror, a Pilfered Plans, Venser, and Sunhome. So let me just write this down. We could take the land here. Yeah, I think taking the land is going to be good, because that's a red source, and so the opponent's just going to have to draw 2 next turn. I like that. Looks like a Pilfered Plans, hopefully. No, Tandem Lookout. Ah, that's annoying. The opponent's going to be able to draw out of it with their Moroi, and it gives them incentive to attack with it. Although it does mean we get to crack in for some damage here, especially because they don't necessarily want to block with their Lookout. So if they don't draw lands with the Lookout, we could be in decent shape. But they've probably drawn lands. Alright, looks like they haven't actually. That's great. We're going to play a Noble. That Trader's Instinct is going to be good, but I think we want to hold off on it just for like 1 turn in case we draw a land. And yeah, we'll crack in here. Life total is going to be our main focus this game. And I'm very pleased that the opponent hasn't drawn a land yet. The opponent is going to definitely beat us on cards, so tempo and life total is the main goal. With that in mind, we're going to take 6 here, I think, with the intention of Trader's Instincting. Yeah. It's scary to do that, but I think it's correct. If we draw a land next turn, we're in business. What does the opponent have? Linvala. Ooh, okay. Well, actually, we can steal Linvala and then sacrifice it, so that's fine. This is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. All right, looks like we got it. As long as we can do everything correctly. I think I actually counted 1 lower because of the Noble trigger. Alright, cool. We got there. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you when I next do a draft video. Hope you enjoyed.